Hello everyone. Hello everyone, welcome to Space Engineers. This is my first tutorial video. Well, not really a tutorial video, more like showing you what the game is. I've played a few hours of it and I want to give you like my first impressions of the game and whether it's worth playing for you or whether it's even for you. Okay, let's start. Okay. So basically what Space Engineers is a space building game. Also planet. Basically you mine for resources and then you can use refineries uh, to alter the ore into like usable resources, and then you use assemblers, which are actually somewhere around here, or I don't know where they are because I try to build my base like as compact as possible so I don't have to wander around too much, because the convenient part is that when your base is connected through these conveyors that you see around here, you see like those bigger blocks, those conveyor blocks, well, they allow you to connect from different angles, and this block right here just allows you to do one direction. So say for example I were to go here, this is, oh, here's my one of my assemblers. I can go here and then I could look in the production line and then see all of the different types of assemblers that I have. And then I can look at my inventory and I have access to every inventory that's connected together. So the way that it works is, say for example I want to add a piece to my base. I could just pick, like I have the toolbar, or I could press G to pick whatever item that I want, and then I can just stick my item, and then it tells you the resource that you need in order to construct it. But even if you don't have all the materials, it'll still start to construct it. So then I can just go to the assembler and say, for example, I need power cells. I can go here, equip some power cells, and then I can keep building until the battery is completed. But I don't really need to have the battery there, so okay. So the types of ships that I've built so far is this little mining ship. I can disconnect from my base, and then I can turn on my drill to start drilling for stuff. Like right now I'm drilling for ice, which I need for the H2O2 generator that generates oxygen and hydrogen. Hydrogen is used to power some ships. Like right now, if you look on the right hand side, it says that my hydrogen is at 0 because this ship doesn't use hydrogen. But if you look at, say like this larger ship in the background, well, this is like my first massive spaceship that I'm constructing. And because I'm playing all of this on survival, I have to get all the materials myself. And I'm playing it in the worst way possible, where usually I recommend you can play on creative, try out your experiments, build your ships, and then when you feel comfortable, then you can go on creative. But, I just remember my old Minecraft days where I never really played creative. I was always on survival, and I feel that I gain more wisdom. So sometimes I compliment myself with some YouTube videos. Splitsy is a very good one to get yourself like some general knowledge on how certain stuff work. Okay, so let me just bring this back. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reconnect it to my docking station, which sometimes it's not. Okay, and then lock. So I've built other different types of ship. Now I've built this new miner. I just completed it last night. Basically, the goal of this one is to rotate so that as I go on it, it simply, like, my goal was to use less mass to mine, and this thing's also very difficult to pilot. But the benefit of this, though, is I can take this ship and then disconnect it, and you see, now it is its own little ship. Now there's different types of thrusters. There's atmospheric thrusters, and the way that it works is when you place them, you need to have them for every direction. See, I have them upwards, I have them for left and right, forward and backwards. Now you see, the way that this game works is that you have dampeners that basically makes it so that if I'm not accelerating, I'm not going up or down. But if I were to turn them on, I immediately start falling, and I need to use thrust in order to keep myself stable. The benefit to having dampeners off is when you're in space, you can just, you know, fly and then turn off your jet, and then you continue to go forward, so you can use that momentum and save fuel. And also you use a lot less energy. You see 3 days on the right hand side, that's like how much battery life I have. But if I turn my dampeners on, I only have 2 hours worth of power. So these are just things to consider. Okay, so yeah, this is like the second base that I've built. I'm still trying to mine all the proper resources. And you see, this is like the new spaceship I'm building, and I'm mining. Well, you know, it's my first video, so I don't know much else what to talk about, but this is basically a little bit what the game's about. You know, it's more about building. See, like, you need to generate power. See, like, I have a lot of hydrogen tank to basically, a lot of the ice that I mine, my H2 O2 generators, like a lot of the little structures that are below. Basically, it'll turn the ice into the hydrogen, and then I use that hydrogen to power everything from my assembler to even like recharge my ships. So like by me putting my ships there, everything recharges. And that's the beauty about space engineers. I mean, like, it allows you to, like, I mean, all of this was progressive. I mean, like, if I were to show you my first base that I spent a lot more time building, yet is nowhere near as efficient, because like it was like me learning everything. Like I was building like a little mining ship. It wasn't going too well. I was trying to go like, oh, I guess you need to have like a big building. So I started building like lots of structures. But one thing you'll notice that's different is that this one will have a lot more wind turbines, even some solar panels. But I'm sorry, but in this, like, I'm not a fan of solar in this game. I'd rather just have either wind turbine that gives you constant energy, or hydrogen, but except you would need to mine your ice constantly, or else, because if you run out of power, well, you're shit out of luck. Okay, you see the wind turbines that power my base. As you can see, it's still incompleted, but you have a lot of completed parts. That was my first ever miner, but I mined it for parts. This part, I can attach it my ship, which is why I called it Chimera, because, you know, I just wanted to make it so that like I can attach my ship to this, like so. I think, no, this way. So what I can do, and that's why I wanted to have it like some armored core way, you know. Well, an armored core didn't do that, but I have a weird way of thinking. You'll have to bear with me with my weird analogies. My friends don't understand me as well sometimes. Okay, so you see now my ship is attached to the hydrogen. I'm just gonna save because oh, at least I'm full in hydrogen, so I can unlock my my landing gear and unlock my hydrogen ship. What am I doing wrong? What did I forget? Oh. Okay, there you go. I'm flying. Okay, as you can see, my hydrogen thrusters are off, and I'm not using any hydrogen. The problem is this hydrogen thrusters is the highest thrust ratio in this game, but it uses a lot of power. The atmospheric thrusters only uses electricity, and the ion thrusters in space provide a lot of thrust in space, but little to no thrust in a planet. Atmospheric thrusters will not work in space. If you want me to explain that, I can explain it in another video. But yeah. So as of now, I'm just getting a little bit of altitude because I don't really need to have my hydrogen thrusters, and when I'll need to, I can just turn on my hydrogen boosters in 3, 2, 1. Whoops. Why isn't it working? See, also the beauty of this game is I can save. Meaning that when something doesn't work, I have to go like, why isn't it working? Try and figuring it out. Panic a little bit. Well, I'll worry about that later. Oh, I think I know what. It was one of my first big things that I solved. Okay, you see, I'm stockpiling it on, so I'm gonna turn it off. Therefore, I wanted to use the fuel, and oh my god, we're in business. Let's get up, 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 up. Fly me to the moon. Let me stay above the stars. I don't know if that's the lyrics. Jupiter and Mars. In other words. In other words. Alright. Well, I'm still learning this game, and that whole fuel efficiency, I'm still working on it. I probably should add more hydrogen tanks or more thrusters, like probably another larger thrusters downward. And also saw in a video that recommended not to always go at the max speed, because then you're just kind of wasting your thrusters for nothing. Like, see, right now I'm at 99 point... Actually, why am I at 99.8? I should be going at 100. Well, as you can see, also, like the Earth's gravity and the planet gravity in the middle here section, it's going lower and lower, so soon I will be in space. Okay, well, that's it. I hope this little tutorial will, well, not tutorial, I guess it's like an overlook, because this is a tutorial. I'll be showing you how to do stuff, and the only stuff I showed you was the battery, and quite frankly, I didn't even finish the battery, so that's like actually the worst tutorial ever, so do not use this video as a tutorial. It's more like a tippy toe to space engineers. Thank you.